there. Have you ever had this situation where you know what you want to do, you know what you should do, but you don't do it, and instead you feel stuck or like you're in your own way? I'm Jen Sabotin of FuelYourTransformation.com, and in this episode I want to talk to you about the difference between knowing and doing. So I'm coming to you late on a Friday night, and we're still here in my kitchen, but we're not cooking today. I'll be back to cooking in the future with you, but today I want to talk about a trend that I've noticed lately. It's been, whether you've been watching some of those cooking episodes, and by the way, if you've seen some of the Facebook Lives, I thank you for tuning in. Or if you've checked out the blogs or the YouTube videos, I really appreciate that. And we will be having more of those coming out, so keep an eye out. But the trend I want to talk with you about today is people getting stuck, wanting to do something and then getting in that paralyzed feeling or that stuck position. So here's the thing. It all comes down to making decisions, little tiny decisions. I'm not talking the gigantic ones. I'm talking little tiny decisions. Your life, your day is based on just a bunch of little tiny decisions. It starts when the alarm clock goes off in the morning. And your first decision is, do you get up right then or do you hit the snooze? And you might be thinking, well, Jen, I'm asleep, I don't make the decision. Well, but you do. Your brain is there. Your body might not be with you yet, but your brain is there. And it makes the decision. And sure, we've all hit the snooze button. That happens. But for some people, that snooze button follows them throughout the day. You know, there might be an issue at work that you need to deal with, but it's confrontation and you don't want to do that and it could cause problems. Hit the snooze button. Or you come home in the afternoon, whether you've been working outside the home or dealing with kids, and you got to figure out dinner, and you hit the snooze button. Or, you had an argument with your spouse and hit the snooze button, don't want to deal with it. Or your bank account's a mess, hit the snooze button, you don't want to pay the bills because you don't have the money. Or your house is cluttered, or there's a lot of things that can happen. And if you just hit the snooze button throughout your day, you kind of just go on autopilot and you're just avoiding everything. And what happens is it doesn't get any better. It just feels overwhelming. So, here's my piece of advice to you. You don't have to solve it all. You don't have to make it perfect. You just need to make a little progress. And you're going to do that by getting out of your own way. And you get out of your own way by just making the next one right decision. You don't have to solve all the problems, but when you face a decision, and you get lots of them throughout your day, when you come to a decision-making time of your day, just focus on that one. Just make the next one right decision. Sometimes we avoid and avoid and avoid, and we get so far off the path, we're so far in the weeds, that you can't even see the path sometimes. So just make one right decision, stay on that path. Make the next right decision, stay on that path. If you get one decision wrong, get back on the path. Okay, don't beat yourself up. Don't throw the whole thing in the ditch. So let me give you an example of this. Back in February, it was approaching Lent. And if you're not familiar with the Lenten season, one of the things that you do during Lent is you make a sacrifice. You generally give something up or take something on that would be a sacrifice. And so as a kid, it's kind of easy, I'm going to give up chocolate, or I'm going to give up an hour of TV, or I'm going to not play my favorite video game. But as an adult, it kind of becomes harder to give things up. You can't give up your responsibilities, right? You can't say, okay, for Lent, I'm going to give up going to my job on Friday. That doesn't work. So as an adult, sure, you could give up going out with friends on a weekend, or you could give up going to have a drink after work, or something like that. But as an adult, you tend to more take on things. Maybe you're going to volunteer somewhere, or maybe you're going to take on a responsibility that you're giving your time. So anyway, I was trying to think about what I might be doing for Lent, And I saw one of those posts for the 40 bags in 40 days challenge. And that was intriguing to me because stuff in my house, clutter, that sort of thing, that's always been a challenge for me. All right? I mean, that's been a challenge ongoing. All right? Ongoing. I mean, might look nice here, but sometimes you shouldn't look over there or over there or whatever. So that's always been a challenge. And so I thought, okay, if I only have to give up if I have to find one bag of stuff a day, I don't have to worry about the whole house. I don't have to worry about every little nook and cranny that bothers me or that seems overwhelming to tackle. I just need to get one bag a day. And according, here's how I rationalized it in my brain. It didn't specify how big the bag had to be. So if I just filled a little sandwich bag, that could count for my bag, or I could get a giant contractor's bag, right? So I was like, okay, I could do this. So I decided kind of on a whim to create an invitation on Facebook for some of my friends. And I just threw it out there. And honestly, I didn't think anybody was going to accept it, but I was sort of just making public that I was going to do it. And by making that public, that would hold me to it. And so I had some people join. And here's the thing, and this is amazing. It has been an amazing challenge. We're 31 days into this 40-day challenge, and this group is amazing. First of all, the transformations of people's houses, the areas that they were cleaning, the messy dressers or messy linen closets or whatever the areas were, the before and after pictures and the bags of stuff and the amount going to donation centers has been overwhelmingly amazing. And seeing the feeling of freedom that people are having, seeing how good people are feeling has been really great. And we have all been in this group supporting each other. I mean, it kind of started out as just a whim, but it has been so supporting and so encouraging. And if someone has a night where they're like, oh, I'm kind of not feeling like it, or I have a headache, or I'm busy, somebody else will jump in there and be like, hey, just set your timer for 5 minutes. You just have to get a couple things in a bag. And we didn't let each other slide. The point of that I'm trying to make is reach out for help. You're not in this life alone. There's people going through similar struggles as you. There's people who have already made it through their struggle who you could reach out to. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to take a step toward progress. Whether it's learning to eat healthier, cooking some of the things that I've been showing you, improving your nutrition or fitness, whether it's speaking up in a bad relationship, whether it's making some decisions about your job, decluttering your house, and parenting your kid through the various stages of childhood and your parenthood. There have been people who have gone through similar things as you. You're not out there alone. You're probably very likely not the first person and not the only person facing the challenges that you're facing. So reach out for some help. If you find the opportunity, take it. We're all, if you figure out something that you want to know how to do, Google it. You're a Google search or a YouTube video away from figuring out how to do it. And then reach out and find someone who's going to help you be accountable and support you. Just as an FYI, I will be running another decluttering group coming up because that one was so popular and I've already had some requests for that. So if that's something you're interested in, keep an eye out. I also am going to start a cooking/nutrition group coming up. So if you are kind of unsure of your way around the kitchen, or you don't really know how to cook, or you're not sure if you have time, here's the thing. You do. You have time. There's plenty of 15-minute meals out there. And you have the money. There's plenty of meals that you can make for $2, $3 a serving. It might cost $10 to make it, but then there'll be lunches and a couple dinners. So there's always a way to do it. You don't think you have time to exercise? You're scrolling through Facebook right now. You have time. So watch for some of those upcoming opportunities, and if that's something that speaks to you, reach out and take the help. So guys, again, I appreciate if you've been watching my videos. I'm very thankful for the audience. Keep on watching. We'll be back in the kitchen tomorrow with some blueberry muffins. Take care.